So in this video, we're going to be talking about Giga Metals. So I think Giga Metals is a big winner. Like in 2021, it's going to be a big winner. And in this video, I will give my reasons and a few reasons why I like this stock. The market cap is small, really small in my opinion. It's $50 million. And then the float is also very tight. It only has 70.28 million outstanding shares with a float of 55.454 million shares. So it's really tight, really small, and it could easily be pushed up. So, and I really think that this is a really big winner. I'm not just saying this because I want to pump it. I'm saying this because I believe that Giga Metals has something big in the pipeline that will explode the stock in the near future. But that's just my opinion. Not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. And, invest what you're willing to lose. That's my opinion anyways. Not financial advice. So, but I think that this is going to be a winner. And I bought more stock. I already own some stock. And just recently I bought even more stock. And I'm going to hold this one for, long term. Well, not long term. Medium term to long term. But, yeah. Anyways, you guys remember when I was talking so positively about Lithium? I bought this thing at 65 cents. And right now it's trading at $3.26. So, yeah, I was really bullish on Lithium, and now it's trading at $3.26. I could have easily, I bought it at 65 cents. I could have easily made 500% return on investment. But, I sold out at $1 something. I can't remember when I sold it. I made some money, but I could have made so much more money if I just held on. Oh well, that's life. Live and learn. But I wish I held on to this for a little bit longer. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. But I'm not going to make the same thing with Giga Metals. I think that this is going to be a big winner. And if we look at the prices of nickel, it looks like nickel is, on the rise. It just seems like it wants to just keep going higher and higher and higher. And, this is only my gut feeling, but I feel like we will see nickel go back to over 50K. This is very bullish, and it may not happen, but in theory it should, because you gotta think about electric cars. Elon Musk came out and said he needs a lot of nickel. He needs a lot of nickel for his Cybertruck. He needs a lot of nickel for his trailers or his semi trucks. So Elon Musk needs a lot of nickel, a lot of high class grade nickel, and Elon Musk is building so many gigafactories right now that I imagine that the price of nickel will only increase over time. And I see that nickel prices will, in the short term, I see nickel prices going back to about 25K, and within a year to 2 years, I see nickel breaking 50K. And if nickel breaks 50K, Giga Metal right now is extremely undervalued for the huge amount of resources they have in nickel. So that's my opinion. Giga Metal has not benefited from the price, the increased price in nickel. But whatever. I bought more, and I'm gonna hold this long term. So if it wins, it wins. If it doesn't, oh well, that's life. Money is just money. But whatever. I choose to invest in this company because of tight share structure and low market cap, and the fact that it has a huge mine. So, and then if we look at some of its competitors, if we look at Canadian Nickel Mine, it has gone up quite dramatically. So, Canadian Nickel Mine is valued at $257 million. Canadian Nickel Mine is five times bigger than Giga Metals right now. Does that make any sense to you? To me, it makes no sense. I don't know why investors want to pump this one so much more than the Giga Metals. In my research, Giga Metals has a bigger mine than Canadian nickel company. Maybe people like the Mark Selby. I have no idea. I have no idea why. Both of these are undeveloped mines, but Giga has the bigger mine. And then TLO, Talon Metal Corporation. This thing is a beast. $471 million. I did invest in this one, but I sold out early too, and kind of kicking myself a little bit. And then there's also FPX Nickel. FPX Nickel, it's also, looking very bullish. And just recently there was an announcement of, where was that? There was somebody that bought into nickel metal. I don't see the announcement, but I know somebody else just recently bought into FPX Nickel. You can also pick out FPX. They have a pretty decent sized mine. Still 3 times the value of Giga Metals. So that's why I think Giga Metals is a big winner, because it's the market cap so small. $49 million. So I choose to pick Giga Metals as my play into the nickel mine. You guys can do what you want. You guys can buy Canadian nickel if you want, or FPX. None of this is financial advice, but I do think that nickel prices are going to keep going up, and I really think that Giga Metals could be a really big winner, especially if the rumor of them talking to Tesla is true. You never know, so. And then just recently, I don't know if you've seen this, but the CEO Mark came out and talked about Giga Metal, and it's really interesting video. I'm surprised it only got 27 views. Giga Metal started up the Giga Metal Corporation YouTube page, and this is their very first video. I'm gonna play it and then I'll talk more about it. So let's begin.
I'm Mark Jarvis, CEO of Giga Metals. I've been working on this nickel cobalt project since 2004, and I feel that the time has come for this project because of the electric vehicle revolution and the incredible demand, not just for nickel, but for ethically sourced nickel. For example, the European Union is introducing laws and regulations that require the manufacturers of electric vehicles and batteries to disclose the sources of their materials. And ethical sources of nickel and cobalt are very scarce in this world. So it's not just that we have nickel, we've got nickel in Canada, which is one of the most stringent environmental jurisdictions in the world. And we've got nickel that we think we can develop a carbon neutral mine, the world's first carbon neutral mine. So we're ideally positioned for the revolution that's just starting to happen now. So first of all, the deposit's extremely large. In the measured and indicated categories, we've got more than 5 billion pounds of nickel. This is a huge open pitable, low-grade deposit, but it makes a very nice, clean, high-grade concentrate. In the measured and indicated categories, we've got more than 5 billion pounds of nickel. And then we've got that much again in the inferred category. It's extremely large. The deposit is less than 25% of the prospective nickel area is drilled off. Another interesting element of this is that we have been supporting research at the University of British Columbia since 2004 into the CO2 sequestration properties of our silicate tailings. When you take these silicate tailings and you expose them to the atmosphere, they start absorbing CO2 and converting to carbonate minerals, and the CO2 is locked away for geological time periods. We aim to be the world's first carbon neutral nickel mine. And this concept of ethical sourcing is becoming more and more important to the buyers of electric vehicles. When you start asking a question about, is my nickel ethically sourced, what you find is it's very difficult to find ethically sourced nickel. If you're sourcing your batteries from Chinese manufacturers, a significant portion of their nickel has very negative environmental impacts. It's very unusual to find a very large source of battery grade nickel in a first world jurisdiction subject to first world environmental standards. And something that's very interesting from a recent Wood Mackenzie estimate of EV penetration rates. They think that by 2030, just to supply the battery supply chain, you're going to need 15 new mines capable of producing 35,000 tons a year, mines our size. And by 2040, you're going to need an additional 25 mines of that scale. The deposits just aren't out there. As that scarcity becomes more apparent, I think deposits like ours are just going to become more and more valuable. Now, one of the things that we're doing, when you're a small company and you've got a huge deposit, it costs a lot of money to develop it. And at some point, you've got to stop with the equity financing, and you've got to invite a partner in to start developing the project at the project level. We are active in searching for a partner. Martin Vidra, who recently joined us as president, had a 31-year career at Sherritt, a Canadian nickel cobalt producer. And he ran their mine, he ran their refinery, and he also spent a large part of his career there selling nickel and cobalt to the end users. So he knows all the end users very well. And he's leading our outreach effort to the strategics, to the car companies, to the battery companies, to the trading companies, to the mining companies, and so forth. He knows all these people. They all know him. Don't expect a deal to happen tomorrow. These things take time. But I can tell you that there is real interest. The strategics are
right there, right? What he talked about, that they are talking to people, and if there was a deal struck, this stock could go to the moon, So, do your own research. But after hearing something like that, I'm really bullish on this company. I think that they're going to get I think that a big partnership deal will eventually come, and I think that the stock will explode to the moon when that partnership deal gets announced. But hey, only time will tell if I'm right or wrong. So I think that this one's going to be a big winner. I'm going to hold this long term, and I may even add to my position. We'll see. But yeah. Anyways, let's continue the video.
Are all starting to realize that if they want to be competitive in manufacturing batteries and electric vehicles, they need a long-term source of supply of nickel where they know the cost. And the only way they can do that is to own a piece of a mine in development. None of the current nickel producers are going to give you a long-term contract at a fixed price. The only way you're going to get a fixed price is if you own a piece of the action and then your fixed price will be the cost of production. The Chinese realize this, and they're moving to dominate the supply chain. The Western companies are just starting to wake up to this now. So interesting times ahead of us. I just think if you are interested in the EV revolution, you have to have nickel as part of your portfolio. Nickel is where the electrons are stored in the battery. If you want more range in your electric vehicle, you need more nickel in your battery chemistry. Thank you very much for listening.
Is because of the views on this video, 27 views. A lot of people are sleeping under the radar with this, but it doesn't matter. Just like neolithium, I was extremely bullish. Nobody watched my videos, nobody cared, but the stock still skyrocketed anyways. You think this is a bunch of retail investors that came in, but like, oh, I'm gonna skyrocket this stock? No, it's big money. Big money is pushing the stock price up. And I believe that GIGA Metal will eventually get pushed up. I mean, the market cap's so small. And if you compare it to like Canadian Nickel Mine, it's like 5 times smaller than Canadian Nickel Mine, and it has a bigger mine than Canadian Nickel Mine Company. So I think that this is an opportunity. I think the stock price is going higher. But hey, I could totally be wrong, and tomorrow the stock price could crash. Oh, next week. I don't know. Do your own research. But that's all I have to say. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for future updates. Have a great day. Bye.